is Sarah Campbell from the Dallas Children's Advocacy Center. You left me a voicemail earlier.
Oh, yes.
About wanting some services.
Yes.
What can I help you with?
Well, I'd like to know what services you offer.
So we work with kids and families who have experienced either child abuse or a witness to a traumatic event. And so we work with law enforcement. We work with CPS. So what kind of services are you interested in? And
Yes.
I can maybe help get you into the right location or right place.
Okay. I had some slander from multiple parties, and my rights were violated out of corruption to sabotage my rights as a parent. CPS made false statements that can be easily proven, but the police won't investigate it. And they sabotage investigation for it. And the courts won't do anything. I didn't get an attorney, so I just need advocacy and representation to have access to my child. They set up for supervised visits out of corruption, and the supervised visits are being denied.
Gotcha. So that's not anything that our advocacy center can really work with. Unfortunately, we are not CPS. So
yeah, I've called all over the Dallas area and all over, and I have been denied services all across the board. No place will help me. They come up with schemes, and everyone that I talk to on my phone is denying services. Can I place you on hold for briefly? 1 moment?
Yes.
Okay, 1 moment. Okay, so you're with the Children's Advocacy Center? I'm sorry. 1 moment. You there?
Yes. I was just calling to confirm the appointment.
Oh, yes.
Okay, tomorrow at 10?
No, I thought it was for today. Hello?
Yes.
Okay, and this is, you can't help. What do you do then? Why would you not give me legal advocacy or any education or any direction on where I could go?
So we don't provide legal advocacy here at DCAC, but what I can do is I would, whenever we do have parents or any caregivers that need legal resources or legal advice, we refer them over to Legal Aid of Northwest Texas. Have you heard of them before?
Yeah, I've started denying me services. See, what's happening is I'm in blacklisted from all services from organizations. To get advocacy support and a legitimate person that's legitimately interested in assisting me and advocating for me. Like most parties, the court has denied it, CPS has denied it, and the police department and multiple other parties have denied it. I went to the police department and asked for a domestic violence advocate, and they would not let me speak with one. And the couple of times that I did encounter an advocate, police came and interrupted.
Gotcha. Is this an advocate? Are you wanting an advocate for you or for your kiddos?
Both. Since there's so much corruption, I don't know why everywhere I call and go, I'm getting violated and denied services before COVID. And then I told the DA Civil Rights Division I'd be back in 2 weeks. Then COVID happened, and then no one had rights. It was kind of ironic and weird. But anyway.
What was the situation that led you to need advocacy? Because then maybe I can get you to the right people.
I want to know what services you offer. If you're not sabotaging services, we still haven't addressed what you offer and, what organization that could assist with corruption and my rights being sabotaged and multiple parties lying and slandering me to keep me away from my child.
Is your child in CPS custody right now?
No, she's with the dad, and they're denying supervised visits out of corruption.
Gotcha.
The family place FOP.
We also, I don't know if it's if you're in a custody with your ex-husband or not, but we don't offer services for custody because that is a legal matter, and we don't offer legal advocacy here. And so my best option for you is that I can also look up some possible other legal aid options.
Okay, what do you do?
We work with kids.
What is your position? Your position?
We are a family.
Your position.
I'm the Assistant Director of Support Services here.
Okay, so you're the Director of Support Services.
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, and what was your organization again?
Dallas Children's Advocacy Center.
And I told you that someone made false statements to the court and you can't assist and sabotage my rights as a parent?
So we are not CPS, and So if it's something with the court system and your rights as a parent, that has to go through CPS or the court system. And
it says improves the lives of abused children. She was abused, and for the police sabotaging my rights, she witnessed my false arrest, screaming in terror, betrayed by the police department.
So anyone that we offer services to anyone, all of our services have to be referred by law enforcement here at DCAC.
Yeah, so I mean, I don't know what's going on and why for years I have been denied services from and guarded and protected and denied services before COVID. I could not get, no one would believe my experiences even going to eat. Multiple times a day they would give me criminal trespasses, and if someone actually thought in their mind they were going to give me a criminal trespass everywhere on the planet before COVID. That was 2019. And he was successful 3 or 4 times a day, just simply going out to eat, riding the bus, criminal trespass. So now I still cannot get services. A scheme everywhere, and I don't believe that the Advocacy Center has no education for me. I mean,
my best option for you is to get an attorney and to talk to legal aid, because we do not offer that legal aid. And so
you didn't give me any education. If this is children advocacy and children of a violent crime, it says that. So if there's a violent crime, what are the rights to protect the children? What happens if, you didn't give me any education for supervised visits, and what happens with that?
Well, I'm also not CPS, and so we don't do...
your organization, you're not giving me any education with your organization, ma'am.
Ma'am, I am telling you what we can do right now, and what I can do is I can refer you out to a legal advocacy, because we do not provide that here.
But you didn't provide me any education on advocacy for a child, and that's been denied for years. You didn't provide me anything. So why would you just want me to have a legal aid and deny me services?
Because the process that you're explaining to me right now is a court situation.
It says that you have family advocacy, are committed to helping each family navigate the complex systems that enter when the child makes an outcry of abuse. My child has made an outcry of abuse. CPS covered for it.
If your child has made
clients receive information and referrals to community. Clients receive information and referrals to community resources and assistance, completing applications for crime victims compensation. Families have access to clothing, toiletries, financial assistance on a needed basis. Families also receive ongoing support through summer camps, back to school drive, and holiday programs. Crimes Against Children Conference.
Hey, ma'am, does your child have a guardian ad litem through the court system?
I don't know. I would need that information.
So I think if you want someone to advocate for your kiddo in the legal system and to navigate all of this for you, your best option is to ask for a guardian ad litem, which is a guardian which will be, they advocate for a child in the legal system.
Okay, what's that number?
Let me look and see if I can find that for you.
Okay, yes. Deflex.
Do you have an attorney right now for you?
No, that's why I'm trying to get advocacy, and I've called multiple attorneys, and they're not honest with me and play games, as well as everyone else I talk to on my phone. So I'm just trying to get we did ask for the ad litem, you were getting that. And then I was asking for the services, telling you about the services I see online that you're not informing me about.
Well, those services, we do offer all of those services, and those services have to come from a referral from law enforcement. So they're not resources for just anyone in the community. You have to qualify for our services, and in order to do that, it has to be referred by CPS or by another advocacy center or by law enforcement. So we do offer all of those services. But unless you are come through our system through law enforcement or CPS, they are not open to the community at large.
Okay, well, what programs are available for parents that are getting violated by the government and getting denied services all over? So if that was not be a alternative.
Like I said, I think you're going to find the most help by getting legal help and legal resources. So if you've already tried Legal Aid of Northwest Texas, then I can find some
You just
other
said that you were,
legal
hold on. Hello?
Yes, are you there?
Yes.
So I can find some other legal resources for you.
I don't know why you would sabotage my support. You can't hear me?
No, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
Yes, okay, the guardian ad litem?
Yes, ma'am. I'm looking up how to, from what I'm seeing is you do have to get an attorney to request that guardian ad litem. And so that is going to be your best option, is to find an attorney and to go through some legal resources. And so if you give me your email address, I can find some legal resources for you and send those over to you.
Yeah, see, what happens is multiple parties say they're going to send me emails as a scam, and they don't send me the emails. They're actually intentionally trying to sabotage services no one would ever believe what I go through. So, but
I can't speak to what other organizations.
Well, I'd like for them over the line. You were looking for the guardian ad litem, and then you changed it and said only who can give me that information? Only an attorney can get that for me? Is that what you said?
I only because I looked up how to get assigned an attorney ad litem, and it's through the court system. So that's why I gave you that.
Okay, so let me make sure I understand. You're an advocate. May I have your position again?
I'm Assistant Director of Support Services.
Do you have a supervisor?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, because I would like to speak with your supervisor, and I'd like the information on the ad litem.
You what, sir? You cut out for just a second.
Just let me speak with your supervisor.
Okay, I can see if she's available. Can I have her give you a call back?
Okay, well, while we're on the line, because I don't get a lot of calls back, so you can't find the number for the ad litem.
I am looking up information for the ad litem right now, and a judge has to assign an ad litem.
Right, and if one hasn't been assigned out of corruption, how do I know that one has been assigned? How do I check and see if a ad litem has been assigned?
Ms. Clark, I'm going to let you go, and I'm going to have my supervisor give you a call back, okay?
It's taunting. It's abusive.
I will have someone call you back. Thank you.
It's games. Yes. Can I find out? How would I find out what ad litem attorney is assigned to my case? The case.
What's the case number?
DF 9701124.
Do you know when the ad litem would have been appointed?
This is a court?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. Do you have record?
I do.
Okay. So what is it?
I don't see anybody appointed, ma'am.
I thought that a ad litem attorney had to be assigned if a person's rights weren't getting violated.
Oh, I don't know.
There's a lot of crimes being committed. I didn't get the ad litem attorney. My child wasn't protected or myself. 2 times I didn't get to go to court while I was at court, and the other parties didn't show, and it was supposed to be dismissed if they didn't show. Then I can't find Mary Murphy.
Was there an ad litem appointed? And I did not see one.
Okay, so how do I request an ad litem since that court denied me of that right of having one? And so our other resources any information on what was going on with my case and violated multiple rights that I have. What do I do for this?
With paperwork, you'll be able to get a court date set.
Okay, I wanted to know how to get court services. Because my rights have been sabotaged. People keep saying file paperwork and trying to confuse me and keep me from getting moving forward and playing games. So I would like to know how I can get an advocate and assistance for this legal information.
If you're looking to get an ad litem appointed, ma'am, you'll have to file the proper paperwork to get a court date in front of the judge.
Okay, so where would I get that information?
The law library on the 7th floor.
Okay, so I have to file proper paperwork to get an ad litem that the judge didn't assign. And he was supposed to.
To request the court date to ask the judge to appoint one.
Why did he deny me the right to already have one?
You're asking me?
Yes. What's your name? Yeah.
I'm the clerk. I can't answer why the judge didn't or did do something.
Your name?
Is there anything else I can help you with?
Your name?
I'm not giving you my name. Is there anything else I can help you with?
That will be it, ma'am.
Okay, goodbye. Jennifer?
Okay, you said your name is Jennifer, and this is CPS?
Uh-huh.
Okay, I have some questions on programs, and I'd like to speak with the caseworker. I've had a little abuse going on, and I've had a hard time reporting it. I've made multiple reports online, and they keep denying me my right to the information I reported and the conclusions. But here's the thing. I'm sorry?
Do you have an open case or you don't?
They keep closing it out of corruption and won't open it and give me a case manager. I wanted to know the proper procedure when a case is open. Is a case worker supposed to advocate for the reporter? And I mean, how does that work? Because I'm a parent. I haven't, they're not, I'm sorry?
No, go ahead.
So what exactly is the caseworker supposed to do when there's an open case?
What's the first and last name so I can look up the case?
Can I know?
What I can do, since I'm just the admin, I can look up the case and then I can give you the caseworker's information.
I already have the caseworker's information. I don't know why people sabotage my education and information. I want to know the procedure when a case is when a report is made.
Yeah, so usually like when they report it to when they report a case, it usually gets distributed to the unit that it needs to go to, and then from there the CPS worker goes out and investigates. But I physically, since I'm just the admin, I don't really look into the case. It would have to go to the caseworker.
Okay, so you're the admin and you have no education on the procedures and programs and all of that?
Well, since I usually just, get the information from the case, for the case, and just give them the information for the caseworker, and then from there they just contact the caseworker. Since I really don't go out to the houses or I don't really investigate, I really don't, have knowledge about.
I'm not asking for the knowledge of the investigation. I'm asking for the process. And I've been denied that multiple years, and games have been played, and I've been taunted, mistreated, and violated, and denied education in the crisis and programs. Rights have been violated all over in multiple different ways, and it consistently keeps getting ignored.
Mm-hmm. Have you spoken to the caseworker or the supervisor?
I'm asking you for rights, and you're denying me that right too. I want to know what crimes are being committed, but I'm denied the education, so I won't know. At multiple different locations, in person and over the phone. We still haven't addressed the issues that I called about.
Uh-huh. Okay, let me see if I can get somebody to help you.
Okay, thank you.
Give me a second. Anybody here at the location anymore? They all left for the day.
Yeah, I really wish people get their charges. This has went on long enough. Right. This is sick. I have begged for my life, got violated, assaulted, mistreated, in terror, and did not know if our government was going to kill me for profit. I did not know. And still don't know. And I'm still getting ignored day after day. They are enforcing this phone issues that I talk to counterfeits just day after day of the same nightmare. Supervised visits out of corruption, and I still can't even get that. It's sick. So you put me on hold to get someone to assist, and now you can't. Are you taunting me, ma'am?
I don't have anybody here at the location. They all left for the day. I just started like 3 months ago.
Because normally what happens is I
Just
get
the
taunted.
admin.
They know I'm distraught and desperate, and I get taunted. Let me get someone to assist you. Let me place you on hold. Well, then I'll call you back, and it's just a game.
Yeah.
It's for torture.
Have you spoken to the hotline to report?
I'm speaking to the actual CPS location now. You're still denying me education.
Yeah.
They say that they're only an online I forgot what they called it, but this is actually CPS supposedly. What location is this?
This is a Ledbetter.
Okay, yes, and you're denying me any education on the procedure. You didn't ask for my information to have a supervisor call me back or a case manager. You didn't do any of that. You didn't give me any programs, any resources to organizations.
You didn't want to give me the information to look up your case.
I mean, I can give you the information, but the caseworker is corrupt and covering for the crimes, like everyone else I come in contact with. It's closed, so what are you going to give me if it's closed?
Okay, but I can give you so it is closed. That's why I asked you if it was open or not.
They keep closing it. I addressed that with you out of corruption and deny me caseworker services.
So you haven't spoken to the caseworker?
She wouldn't give me any services, but today I'm asking you if I can speak with a caseworker, and multiple parties play games, taunt me, and mistreat me.
As I'm saying, so it would have to be to the caseworker that's on the case.
Why can I just, if I'm reporting child abuse, why would caseworkers be guarded if that one's corrupt? That doesn't make very good. I think that multiple parties I need to be able to reach real people. This is a major lawsuit. So I'm telling you that you have a caseworker that covered for crimes, and you're trying to enforce that I speak to the corrupt caseworker? Like multiple other parties have done? That really doesn't make a lot of sense for CPS to cover for multiple corrupt people and enforce that I speak to the problems.
But can I get the first and last name on the case, and I can give you that information for the supervisor, and I also can pass it on to the supervisor.
Okay, so the supervisor, the caseworker denied me services, and the supervisor, supposedly the supervisor. So I need the supervisor.
Okay, well, can you provide me the first and last name that's on the case?
It's, you just got the information?
Oh, well, I'm just asking. You said Michaela, what was the last name?
You're not pulling her up. Snap. And just for years, I mean, my luck has just been amazing, ma'am.
Yeah.
You can't pull her up, huh? But you didn't tell me anything about any programs. You're refusing to give me any education on the laws. You are guarding the caseworker, another caseworker. I told you that a caseworker committed a crime, and you're covering for it.
No, I'm not covering for anything.
Oh, okay, well, good. A caseworker committed a crime and covered for child abuse, which is a crime. I'm not sure if that's a Class A misdemeanor or a felony. Covering for suspected child abuse and you're a caseworker is criminal. She has done that. So I'm doing a report. Multiple other parties have done it as well. James Hastings of Hillsborough did it 2018, and it's still going on. Multiple parties are conspiring together to sabotage my rights as a parent. I'm reporting that to you. And you don't see a case number. So now what? I'm reporting to that. You have a responsibility. No, they didn't give me a case number, but you do, don't you? I have a...
I mean, I can't pull her up. So I don't know the case number.
Okay, so you put in the name and the information and it didn't pull up? Because I've been going through this for like 30-something reports.
Yeah. So it's Michaela, Makayla.
Beth Hobbs?
Uh-huh. Because I see multiple people on here with multiple cases. So you have CPS and you have APS cases.
Okay, what's been done?
They all been, I'm showing all that's closed. Let me see.
Oh, so now they have opened, now they're pretending like they investigated 30-something reports and they're all closed? Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like that when you run the government. You can just add whatever you want. You can't make up your mind. If you took the child custody rights away, if you feel incriminated, then you can just go back in the document, retract, with it just like you want on a whim. You're the parent. No, you're not the parent, and you just get away with it. Now you can just go back in the computer, add, because it is kind of messed up that 30-something reports weren't investigated. So you just go add the investigation. And then you still child support payments, no problem. Just change it. But since it's a lie, they're not quite accurate and they're in the system. But you're the government who's going to believe the party that's reporting it. And even if they do believe it, we're not taking the reports or investigating it. So you can just go in there, just fix it, fix any problems you make, any mistakes. Just if I say, we know she's going to talk, so just don't let her go to court. She's a problem. Just don't let her appear at her court date. She's going to talk. It's problem solved. She can't appear at her court date. That way we don't have to have it on record what she's saying, because she's not going to be there.
So last case, it was closed last month on the 18th, and that was, the caseworker was Chastity.
Okay, you said something about Beth?
Yeah, so there was multiple cases. She's on this caseworker too, but the recent caseworker they just closed last month is Chastity.
Right, and I was asking for supervisors and how, if you're CPS, how do you report criminal activity from multiple parties here in the child custody agreement?
So the way we report it is calling that hotline number.
Okay, well, what happens when I call the hotline number? What happens when I call the hotline number? They deny investigation. They've denied over like 30-something reports, and they play games and tamper with evidence and don't give me the results when they do the investigation and taunt me and mistreat me. So we're not getting anything resolved. So how do I get charges?
Yeah. So we have that hotline. I can give you
the hotline. I want to do something in person because as I've communicated with you, I've dialed the hotline over 30-something times and they denied investigation. And then to correct that issue, just inputted investigators in there out of criminal activity. So they won't have to explain why 30-something investigations were denied. So they just inputted an investigator that was imaginary, that never reached out to me, never given me any resources, any advocacy, support, love, compassion. None of that has ever happened. And and most of the people I talk to, none of this is like, you're not appalled by any of this communication I've given to you? None of that surprises you?
I can give you the supervisor's information. She's at the Stemmick location.
Okay, the supervisor?
Uh-huh. Her name is Rashededa.
Yes, I want her supervisor.
Her supervisor? Okay. That one is Erica Larry. And I have her phone number.
Okay.
And she's the PD supervisor.
What's PD?
And it's just a program director.
Oh, okay.
Supervisor.
Okay.
Yeah. And then her phone number is 469-38.
She just gave me the number and then we disconnected the call. So I haven't received a call back from that organization. I'm calling again. We have an appointment in 10 minutes and they haven't called to confirm anything. Why would the organization out the blue just do that? My first contact with them today.
Please leave your message for...
Hello, I had an appointment with someone from this organization. I'd like to do a complaint. She set an appointment with me and she said that she was going to have someone come out and hasn't given me an update or anything and was denying me education on the services you provide. My contact number. So I guess I need to understand, for me, if you're me, it's virtually fruitless to spend hours and hours and hours and hours and hours to make these calls. No one would ever believe my experience to consistently speak with counterfeits and people that cover for all the criminal activity. Hours and hours. So